Hello. Today I wanted to do some life lessons in the forest because why not? So let's go. I wanted to make something like this for a while. I've gone through a lot of things in my life that I wish people would have given me advice for. So we're gonna do some life lessons with me, just me, on a hike alone. I love that. Okay, I feel like this is the one thing I would tell the entire world if I had the chance. But every single thing on this planet is a theory. If someone tells you that they know something for 100% fact, run. They're lying to you. I mean, like, down to like the concept of gravity, everything. Now, that's not to say that things aren't studied and there aren't patterns to recognize within this world, but with the knowledge that everything is a theory, it frees so many boxes in your head of like, this has to be this way and this, because it really doesn't. Nothing has to be any sort of way. And once you realize that, you're just free in ways that you couldn't even imagine. We have found a picnic table. Oh my god, that is hard. The next piece of advice that I would give, which I would also say is of the most important. All love is the same feeling. But the question is, what do you love? That is the difference between good and evil, in my view, in my perception. There is no duality. It's what do you love that makes all the difference in the result, in your manifestation. Now, for example, if you love money, that's going to lead you to a dead end because money can't love you back. If you love manipulating people, it's going to lead to an endless cycle of betrayal and bad energy, because the people that you love to manipulate do not love being manipulated. So the feeling is not rekindling the feeling of love. If you love people in the way that you love your friends, or in an abundant way where you care for them and you care for their well-being, that will rekindle the feeling of love, and the energy will transmute and give you more and more and more. And that's how people level up in this world. So I'll say it again. It's not whether you love or hate something that makes you bad. It's what do you love that makes all the difference. We have found ourselves another chair. But if you're one of those people who are just so nice all the time because you truly feel it out of the kindness of your heart, despite how people treat you, that is a beautiful thing. And hold on to that for as long as you can. But you will come to a point, like I did, because I was that girl, where you realize that love without boundaries is destruction. Think of yourself as a whole person. Think of yourself objectively. People abandon themselves to love, and it's never truly reciprocated if you do that. Two people abandoning themselves to love leaves no foundation, because love is a feeling between two people that need a foundation in order to rekindle that fire every single time. But if you both have no boundaries, or if one of you has no boundaries, there's a weak spot in the foundation. It will come crumbling down. And when it comes crumbling down, you will crumble down with it. Not to say that you can't pick yourself back up, because I have made the mistake of giving myself away like that. And I have picked myself back up. And I'm grateful for the experience, but I can say that I will never ever do it again. And that's why I'm grateful for the experience, because I wouldn't have known that if I didn't experience it, because nobody told me in a way that I understood. For the first few years of my life, I didn't even really think of myself as a person. Like, I didn't realize that people could see me as I saw them, if that makes any sense. I really felt like an observer. And maybe that's because of the way that I grew up. I was very dismissed by a lot of people because I was quiet, because I just grew up that way, because I'm sure I was dismissed as a child. So I just was quiet. And it's taken me a long time to come up out of my shell. But like Flo Milli said, at least I can say I did it by myself. Okay, I know this is a scary thought, but if you have never in your life looked at yourself objectively as a person, like how you would look at your friends, today is the day. You're gonna do it eventually, whether it happens on accident or on purpose. You're gonna have a boom and you're gonna be like, oh, that's who I am. And it's up to you if you're gonna be like, oh, I love that for me, or ew, why have I been acting like that? That you can do hard things. If you're in the middle of a task that seems really daunting or like impossible, or you have that icky feeling in your head that makes it feel like gross and stuck, or your thoughts are on a loop, hold on. Remember that you are not your thoughts. You're a whole person outside of them, and your thoughts are gonna come and go in waves. So let them come and let them go. That thought that you think it's impossible is really just a thought, and it will go away. You have to be able to see your actions through, all the way through, every step of the way, in order to eventually get rid of that icky feeling. And it'll never go away all the way. You're always gonna feel like things are hard to do, but that's the beautiful thing about being a beginner, is that you can do it over and over again, and that's how self-mastery works. However many times you put yourself in the position to be a beginner, and allowing yourself to get through hard things is how you master the universe, or yourself, or your mind, I should say. My next little nugget of advice, that people see you as they see themselves. You know, that's a very loaded statement. But never assume that you know what someone's thinking, because your internal monologue, no matter how matter-of-fact this sounds and how duh it sounds, no one knows what you're thinking until you voice that. Not a lot of people know how individual their experience is, and that is everything, and that's beautiful, but it can also be a curse, because if you are thinking everyone's thinking like you, you're counting out their experience. So what I would do with that information is that treat everybody with kindness and truly listen and respond authentically. No one wants to hear exactly what you want to tell them. I mean, some people do, but that's not a genuine connection, you know? So listen and respond authentically.